First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to all the Akim who they're doing the work. In sincerity and charity with humiliation all across the four winds. To you I salute. And to the sincere Akwathim who they're doing their due diligence in the servitude of their husbands first and foremost, and then the servitude of their households. Shalom. This is the brother Yahshua from the GMS Farmers Camp. I here along with the brother Khan. Doing a quick impromptu, a drive and talk, as you will. Me and the brother was having a dialogue as to, the things what's happening and, the daily things that we go through. And we coming into the times now where we gotta tighten up in this truth. The scriptures say, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. And in our everyday life, you have to find the time to balance out the things that you're dealing with. Whether, it's work, your family, you can't let those things take a hold or take a grip of you, from doing the work of the Lord. And a lot of times you may find yourself in a position whereas, it seems insurmountable, but we have to remember Yahweh Shai and what our first works ought to be. Because if you remember the precept in Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, it says, let us hear the conclusion of the matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Our whole duty is to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shai.
And serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know what I mean? The best of our ability. Because in these times, as things get worse and worse, we gotta lean more and more on to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, not the things of this world. Alright, because we battling day in day out, on our jobs and interact with people and stuff like on our job and different things we go through. And I learned, listening to elders, right? You have to find comfort in this truth. All right, this is our comfort. All right, if you finding comfort in other things other than this truth, trust me, they ain't gonna work. God. All right, this is our peace. All right, Yahweh said, my peace I leave with you, be paraphrasing. God. All right, this is our peace, this is our comfort, everything. So, hey, this come first. You know what I mean? These things in the world, they second fiddle, man. Like the brother was saying, you could get so easily distracted in these times. You got to keep your eyes single, focusing on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know what I mean? Because pretty much, doing like I have my main job and my other job doing an HVAC business. Pretty much, is you could get, it's very busy around this time dealing with air conditioning. And sometimes, I watch people in the field. They get so busy working, and pretty much you could be maintaining the state of the world, just focusing on these jobs, and you don't even know. Just like that. If you don't have balance, the brother goes into talking and speaking about balance. You know what I mean?
Con. And you made mention of, these temptations being over busy. Being over busy with work, being over busy, with your woman, all those things. When you look at it, all of those things are forms of temptation as well.
That's it.
And when we read the book of Sirach, it says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." Salakia. And all those things are temptations. You may be on a fast but not a fast. You may be on a heavy meditation. Spirit may be on you. And your woman may come around and she want do the do. That's a form of temptation. Maybe she want to do it every day. That's a form of temptation as well. And you can't deny it. Because if you want to go on a fast, that's something or if she want to fast, that's something what you two have to agree to together, collectively. You see? And again, though all those things are forms of temptations, and when we remember the book of James chapter 1 and 12, it says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, right. For when he is tried, he will receive the crown of life that Yahweh has promised to those that love him." So when these temptations come, because they can come, you have to endure these things. You have to endure these trials, these tribulations. You you may want to do, let's say you have camp, right? You have camp, and then let's say a job that you've been waiting on, like a big job show up, right? That's the temptation setup right there. You can go to camp, or you can go and you can take that job. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's a decision you have to make, you know. But at the end of the day, we ought always to put this work first. You see, the work of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we ought to use wisdom. We ought to keep wisdom close. Sophia, you know, that's supposed to be our first love. That's supposed to be the woman who we put, you know, before everything else. Because watch this, boy. When we remember the precept, you know, how wisdom is tried, it says wisdom tries you through crooked ways, you know, through trying ways, you know, to see if you're worthy of her. You see? And the thing about it is, right, when you go into these things, right, if you neglect wisdom, everything may seem like it's going good, you know. But when it's time to apply wisdom, she ain't gonna be there for you, bro. You see?
Yeah,
she ain't gonna be there. But why? Because you neglect all that time. Neglect all that time, and now when you need her, what do you think she can do?
Right.
She can embarrass you.
God, I get a precept to back you up, right?
Go ahead, huh?
It's Proverbs 4 and 13. It says, all right, let me start at verse 11. Going into wisdom, I have taught thee in the way of wisdom, I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instructions, let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Keep her, she is thy life. All right, she is our life, right? So we can't put no other anything before her. She is our life. All right, everything's supposed to be based around Sophia. The brother was saying wisdom. All right, nothing else, because everything else gonna fail you. All right, yeah, we have our jobs and our woman and this thing and that thing, but hey, find the balance and put her first, because she is our life.
Right, she is our life. You know, in the day of visitation, if you lack wisdom, what you think can happen? You see, if you lack wisdom, you can make foolish mistakes. You see, the scriptures say, you know, my son, see what is evil for thy life and give not that unto it.
God, let me get it for you, bro.
You know, let you bring on the precept first.
Right. This is Sirach 37:27. My son, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it.
God, it says, prove thy soul and thy life, meaning look at the thing, look within yourself.
Test it.
Test it.
Yeah.
Right. You know, like when you look at the proofread, that means to go over it. You see, prove thy soul and thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it.
Salaki, right? And that's also proven you see if it adding contribution to your life. You test and see, hey, you weigh the pros and the cons. Hey, this working for me? No.
Right. Give not that unto it. You know, because if you give into it, what you think it can do? It can do to you. It can slowly start to wear and tear on you. It can slowly start to deteriorate you. You see, if you feed the flesh more than you feed the spirit, you would be more fleshy than spiritual. Until you completely fall away. And once you lose that spirit, you know, getting it back.
That's it. And that's beautiful you brought that out. Because when you lean, because you live after the flesh, you can die.
After the flesh, God.
You understand? And you know, all that's in the world is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, right? God. And that's why the scripture tells us this. Let me get this quick precept, brother. It says, Sirach 18:30 says, go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites.
God.
All right? Refrain thyself from your lusts. You know, control these lusts.
God.
You know, a lust could be in the form of many things, your jobs and this things and that things. You got to refrain yourself.
God. And
you have discipline.
The word there says your appetite. That ain't just going into things what you eat.
That's it.
In your mouth. That's going into things that you feed your soul, your spirit.
That's
that
it.
Goes into things what you feed yourself.
That's it.
You see? It says refrain from it. You know? Give not unto... Bring it one more time, Allah.
It says, Sirach 18:30 says, go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetites.
God, refrain, meaning control yourself.
Right.
You see? There's a scripture that goes into when you sit at among kings, you know, don't be the first to eat.
Right.
Or eat like a knife to your throat. That means you got to refrain yourself.
Right, I get it. I get the word refrain. It says stop oneself from doing something.
God.
It's a similar. It says abstain, desist, hold back.
God.
Do without. Certain things you have to do without enough discipline.
God.
You know, find that balance.
You know, because you have the when I was young, I always this mantra always used to play inside my head, like if I doing something distracting, right? And it would go, what are you doing this for? Is this benefiting me?
That's it.
You know, and I used to play in my mind. And even to this day, like I find myself doing, you know, distractful things and that's kicking my head. Hey, but what you doing this for? How is this beneficial to you? How is this beneficial to your salvation? Is this the work that's going to get you in the kingdom?
That's it.
You know, that's your conscience speaking to you.
Right.
You see, that's that inner spirit inside you speaking to you, telling you, bro, you spending a little too much time inside the flesh. Hey, tighten up, man. Tighten up. Because, and then if you decide not to listen or you don't listen to it, then the Most High send the tempter to tempt you. When you read James 1:13, for the Most High tempted no man with evil, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
Right.
And I just brought out the word lust.
Yeah, refrain from your lust.
Refrain from your lust.
Right.
You see?
That's living after the flesh. The pleasure. All right. All right. There's a scripture, so like not to cut you off, brother. There's a scripture. This ain't just go to mainly the woman. It basically goes into
anything what you put before that's true.
Right. The man too. This is 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. All right. And that's just go to the woman. That's go to the man too. You living in pleasure, you dead. You don't know you dead.
Right.
And all these people out here living in pleasure. That's how they live it. You see how they live it? They living in pleasure, and they dead. They spiritually dead, and ultimately the Lord's gonna judge them. So we can't be like these people.
And the temptation's gonna be heavy on you when you let your lust draw you away from the truth.
That's it.
Draw you away from the book. Draw you away from doing your reading.
That's it.
You see, that's when lust is creeping and entice you, bro. You only be enticed if you occupied in the works of the Lord.
That's it.
If you occupied in the works of the flesh, you will be enticed. Them demons gonna have a playground on you, bro.
That's it.
Messing with your mind, plaguing your mind.
So like here, right? There's a movie I watched, I forget what the name. This was this guy in this movie, he was a sniper. He say, idle time is Satan's playground. I say, wow, that's true.
Yep.
You know, idle time. That's why you ain't good to be idle.
Why you think so much women them doing a bunch of harlotry now? Because they idle, they don't have nothing to do. They don't have nothing to occupy their time. Same set way how men end up in prison or in other unfavorable situations. Idle time.
Right.
You know? But Akim, you know, that's the time to start tightening up. You know, do the work of the Lord and remember who our first love is. You see? Remember our whole purpose here. We have to serve the Lord and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Fear Yahweh. You see? And hold fast to wisdom, hold fast to Sophia. You know, find that balance within yourself.
Right.
Find that balance between your work and doing the actual first work.
That's it.
You see?
Like the scriptures say, man, she is our life, man. Hold, don't let her go. All right, because guess what? She could leave you to your ruin.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't want that. We see brothers who's once in this thing, ain't in this thing no more, but it's a scary thing to let go or to be lost or buggled in these dark and perilous times. Because guess what? Hey, people out here living like they ain't everything good and, you know, they prospering, but guess what? You know, their life is going to change. Because when the society crash, these people is going to bug out this year. One and who ain't have the understanding of the scriptures, they ain't going to make it.
No. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man, that's it on that.
But with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kadash, Shalom, and Abad Babal. Shalom.